And in this session, as I mentioned, I want to tell you to how to model the 2D details. But before, I want to review a point here in the CAD file. If you open this stir file, then you can get access to these two types of stirs in detailed, as you can see. And actually, everything is specified here. But here we got a section view for the concrete stir. If you open detail 2 in section 5, that for the thickness of the thread, as you can see, which is 4 centimeters. And if I open the stir itself in these details, let me find it right here. As you can see, 4 centimeters for the thread thickness. So we have provided all of the details. So I have to select the thread and then specify for the thread thickness 4 centimeters for it. And then for roof by extrusion, I mean the roof must be under the thread. Let me open section 2. Check it out. If I align it like this way, I align the thread with the roof or concrete roof like this way. Well done. I click on finish to save the changes. I open the 3D view, and as I told you before, we want to tell you how to show the details in 2D views. Firstly, let me open the environment of the section view. Firstly, we open the section view like this way, and afterwards we specify the scale 1 to 25, 1 to 5, or whatever desired scales. And here we only want to model the top surface. Let me see, I align these parts since it was skipped. Finish. Anyway, firstly I have to hide this hide in view element, and then I want to open it, and I select these stairs options or the subcategories, and then I hide them since we only want the structural part or elements. After hiding the threads and other items, we want to model them as detail item. If we model one of them, then we can make some duplications or array them. No, they are all the same. I select these like this way. I select this as a sample, make a copy, Control C and Control N, a carries out to select a new template file, and then I saved it. Well done. I want to paste it here to adjust its coordinations. Control A, delete. Let me select and check the file again. I have selected these and also the riser. Control C. I open a new file, Ecadizo, and Control V to paste it, and then I click here in the scene. Watch this by this way, and I want to trim the extra parts or redundant sections. We only want one of the runs, riser, nosing, and thread. Okay, and after this I type UN, I set the unit to meters, okay, and enter. I select them and then I move them, and then I position them in the zero coordination as we talked about it before. So I don't want to explain this from A to Z. and we have adjusted the units. Let me save the file as, let me specify the file path like this way. I name the file stir to the detail. Afterwards, I close this. Then I open Revit here from File, New File, Family, and Metric Detail item. Like this way, I open the new template file. Then from Insert tab, Import CAD, I want to import a 2D file here. Here from the specified file path. Wait for a second. Mirror for the import unit, black and white for the color, and then I import it. Then, I don't want to associate parameters since the dimensions are fixed and pre-specified. I just add some reference planes to consider them as some references. But if you wanted to change the dimensions or the scales, you can add the dimension lines, associate them to some parameters, but I do not prefer to do this. Anyway, I want to use fill region. Let me check the CAD file. Here we don't have any fill region, but I want to add fill region since it will be more organized. However, here we got two options, masking region or fill region, but I use fill region. Like this way. Finish, create similar line, and I continue drawing the details. Watch this. I just imitate the imported file from the CAD or AutoCAD. Now I'm just drawing the lines like this way. Very well. After drawing this, you have to check something. Let me tell you. Very well. For T. Okay, you have to check the dimensions and scales. Finish. And I select these, and then I want to duplicate it to create a pattern for it. Fill pattern. Thread. Okay. For instance, I choose diagonal up or creating a new pattern. I name it thread. 45 degrees, 1.5 for the line spacing first. Align with elements and OK. And then I apply it. However, we can consider a color for it. Then I select the fill region from the type selector. And as we got concrete under the thread, again I want to select the fill region, and then I draw these lines. I select this part separately. I'll tell you why. By this way. Again, continue to close the loop. Again, this part, and then I close the loop. Well done. And as we want to make some copies out of this or array it, so I delete this section and then I align it with the sketch, and these parts I select them and then I set the invisible lines for the subcategory. So I hold down Control and then I select this part, setting the subcategory to invisible lines. I want to check the results if it does work out or not. Well done. By this way. And then here from edit type, and I duplicate it, for instance, concrete. OK. And OK. Afterwards, now after doing this, we can delete the CAD file and this will be remained, as you can see. Then I want to save this file as, I name it IR-2D stir detail. Look, 2D stir detail, and then I save the file. Then I want to load it as a detail item into the project right here. Here from Annotate tab, we'll talk about the Annotate tab tools. I select the component detail and then I position it here. I should flip the direction, as you can see. Here we have to use the controllers. These are at hand. Control and double horizontal. I add the double horizontal, save it, and then I reload it into the project. Watch this, save. Watch this. As you can see, we add the controllers, so we could flip the direction. Watch this. After adding this, we can select it and click on Array, Linear, move to second. And I choose a point, and the second point, watch this, like this way. Then I specify the number 8, or the count. As you can see, you got the details in a grade. Watch this. I can open the sketch mode and I can consider a different fill pattern for it. Can create a duplicator to create a new pattern for it. Stir. I specify 9.35 for import, and then I align it with the element, and I specify a color for the concrete section, a different color, and I load it and then save. Watch this, reload it, and finish. No better than before, better than the default one. And this is totally provided in 2D, and we don't have any 3D item here. This is very great to be displayed in the 2D views, as you can see in the section views. Okay, and we got no problem in the representations. So I talked about the technique that you can use to show the concrete substrate layers. And right now I'm just getting you familiar with the structure of the projects and how to work with Revit software. All you need is to just practice, since the practice makes you perfect. And do not just skip the sections in the videos. Don't forget to take notes. And if you have any questions, you can ask me in comments or whatever. If you had any questions, don't hesitate to ask, guys. I would be glad to help you, since some questions are associated to some more important points that you have to know them.